You're listening to YSR Media Young and the Restless. Hello everyone, my name is Oliver. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. In the heart of Paris, nestled amidst the romantic streets and historic architecture, lay a clandestine operation overseen by none other than Tucker McCall. While he may have failed to convince Devon of his plans, Tucker was not one to let setbacks deter him. With a steely determination, he orchestrated his scheme from the shadows, leveraging his network of connections to initiate a series of covert maneuvers. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, Billy Abbott carried on with his duties at Chancellor Winters, unaware of the storm brewing in his absence. As the days turned into weeks, subtle shifts began to ripple through the company, unnoticed by most but keenly observed by those with a stake in the game. Back in Genoa City, Devon and Lily worked tirelessly to fortify Chancellor Winters against potential threats, their efforts guided by a sense of duty and loyalty to the legacy they had inherited. Yet, despite their vigilance, they could not anticipate the extent of Tucker's machinations. As whispers of corporate espionage and clandestine dealings spread through the corridors of power, alliances were tested and loyalties questioned. And amidst the chaos, a singular truth emerged. Tucker McCall was a force to be reckoned with, his ambition matched only by his willingness to tread where others feared to go. But as the pieces of his plan fell into place, Tucker found himself confronted not only by the formidable resilience of his adversaries, but also by the weight of his own choices. For in his quest for redemption in the eyes of his son, he had unwittingly set into motion a chain of events that threatened to consume them all. In the end, as the dust settled and the fallout of his actions became clear, Tucker McCall stood alone, his dreams of reconciliation shattered by the harsh reality of his own undoing. And as he gazed out across the scene, he knew that some bridges, once burned, could never be rebuilt. Devon, clearly desperate, approached Tucker in hopes of gleaning information from dear old Dad that would help him take down the latest perceived threat to Chancellor Winters, Billy. Given that Tucker had teamed with Mamie previously on a mission to oust Jill from her own company, Devon assumed that his pops had dirt on his former flame that might work as leverage to get her to back off of her decision to hand her power to her son. As it turned out, Tucker had nothing to offer in that regard. Always a straight shooter, Devon heard Tucker out, but immediately shut him down. No thanks, he clearly stated, explaining that it sounds messy and complicated, and most importantly, he doesn't want him making new problems for him. McCall told Devon he was sorry he couldn't be of more help, and that was that. Except it won't be. Tucker returned to his suite, and that was where his real takeaway from the conversation was revealed when he told Audra that Devon will give him another chance as a father if he can get Billy Abbott out of Chancellor Winters. If you didn't see the writing on the wall in that moment, you need to rewatch. McCall will totally disregard Devon's no thanks and become driven to rid Chancellor Winters of Billy using some kind of underhanded tactic. He believes he'll instantly be reinstated into the family by his son, who will be overcome with gratitude and admiration if he's successful. A bona fide recipe for disaster. Why? For one thing, Devon already foresaw the outcome. Tucker will almost certainly make new problems for him by trying to help. He won't be communicating what he's doing to anyone, so he could well end up working at cross purposes with some plan Devon and Lily devise. Or maybe they'll all figure out how to work together, and then McCall will swoop in and upend the company. We don't know how it will go bad, but it will. Yes, it's inevitable that Tucker will decide to go after Billy, and he won't be able to do it from Paris, which brings us to the second part of our story. Given that Audra had found them an earlier flight and was wheeling her suitcase over to the door in anticipation of leaving when Tucker came in with this update, it's not hard to see where things are headed. Tucker's about to cancel their trip for a second time, And that's probably going to be the last straw for Audra, who has had Nate in her ear telling her McCall was just using her as a stand-in to recreate his Paris romance with Ashley. Travel, like Audra, $269.99 by now. She doesn't think Devon deserves to have his father doing him a favor given how cold he's been toward him. So there's bound to be a huge blowout if Tucker announces they're putting the trip on pause for him to go to work for his. Thanks watching this video. Please subscribe Maiza Media to our channel and stay with us.